Welcome into Galena Sports Live. My name's Cooper Grand, alongside my broadcasting partner Cole Grand. And tonight, the final regular season game, the Bulldogs travel up to take on the Southeast Lancers tonight. Both teams head into this game with an 8-11 record. The Bulldogs, a lot at stake tonight for seeding purposes. They're currently tied for the 7th seed with Girard. So with a Galena win tonight and a Girard loss, they could move up, and that would put them in position to play Columbus or Riverton, their first round of sub-state. So still a lot to go until that. We'll keep you guys posted on some scores around the area tonight. But the Galena girls come into this game, a tough loss last Friday. I know we weren't on air for that one, but they dropped that 38-46 to Columbus, splitting the season series with them. And for Southeast Lancers, 8-11 overall. They started the season much like the Bulldogs, 2-8 to start the season. In the last 9 games, the Lancers are 6-3. They play in the same sub-state as Colgan. They're a 2A team, so just like Colgan. And for the Bulldogs, kind of like I was talking about for Southeast, Galena started the season 3-7, and in their last 9, 5-4. So starting to figure out much more about their teams at the right time. And the Bulldogs have a chance tonight to move to 9-11 and move themselves into possibly some better seeding. If Galena and Girard both win, though, Girard would own the tiebreaker, being that Girard swept Galena in the regular season. So they would have that, and Galena would drop to the 6th seed, I believe. Let me pull it up real quick. So yeah, Galena currently sits at the 6th seed, and Girard's at the 5. Both teams with 8-11 records. Only 2 teams below them, Caney Valley and Baxter Springs. Both of those 2 teams cannot move in their seeding. But the Bulldogs come into this game averaging 45 points per game. They've had some games that have been really good and some games that have been really bad. But the one that comes to mind when I think of good games for the Bulldogs is that game they played against Riverton, where they were able to pick up the 45-29 victory. They lost that game the first matchup of the season, but when they went to Riverton and took them on, certainly one of the best games for the Bulldogs. Everybody was really contributing, and what stood out most was their defense. They were able to limit the second chance opportunities, and they were able to turn Riverton's turnovers into points at the other end, getting out in transition, creating space, and being able to score and draw fouls. For the Bulldogs, currently turn the ball over 10 times a game. Their leading scorers on the season, Mia Sarwinski with 23 points per game, and Riley Boyce with 14 points a game. As we know, Mia Sarwinski now the school's, or has been the school's all-time leading scorer, but in that Riverton game, she went over the 1,500 point mark and is now well over that. Not sure of her stats against Columbus, but certainly picked up some points there. But for Galena tonight, it's going to come down to how they're going to attack the paint. You see, when Galena attacks the paint, the Lady Bulldogs have a tendency to go on runs. They can attack the paint, get into the single bonus, double bonus, and then go to the line, because they have a couple free throw shooters in Mia Sarwinski and Riley Boyce that can consistently knock free throws down from the line. So if they could get to the line, that'll be a huge point in tonight's game. Don't know too much about this Southeast Lancers team, but the Galena's coming into the Lancers' house, so they're going to give it their all on the final regular season of the game going into the postseason. Both teams want to play their best game, their best version of basketball, so that's what I'm expecting out of the Bulldogs tonight, and they want to end the regular season on a good note, heading into sub-state, which will begin next Monday, February 27th. That's when Galena will start. It'll be in Girard, since that was the predetermined site for 3A. Kind of interesting how they do that. They have a predetermined site for 3A, much like some of the other conferences. Most of them are decided based on who's the 1 seed, but that's how 3A plays out. But for Galena, all time against Southeast, 13-9, and last year they played them 1 time. It also happened to be the regular season finale. Galena won that game 54-27. So a little bit of history in this matchup. We're about 2 minutes away from tip-off. We're step away one more time. When we come back, we'll have keys to the game, starting lineups, and tip-off shortly after that, all that coming up next on the Mercy pregame show here on Galena Sports Live.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the 4 states area. Learn more at mercy.net.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
Welcome back to Galena Sports Live. Pre-game show is presented to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the 4 states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So we're about to do the national anthem. We're going to go on mute, and we'll come back and get to keys to the game. So welcome back as they set the clock, and we're finished with the national anthem. So I don't know what that song was, but for the Bulldogs, it starts with the second chance points. Galena's going to have to limit second chance points, really keep the Lancers off the offensive boards tonight. And for Galena, being active on the offensive boards is a big thing. They've struggled with that all year to this point with the offensive rebounds. And then another thing I have for the Bulldogs is really force turnovers and take good control of the ball. When you force turnovers, they can get the ball out to their outlet passes like Mia Sarwinski and Riley Boyce, and they can make plays in transition, and that's going to be big for the Bulldogs. They did a lot of that against Riverton, where they were able to force turnovers and get out in transition. So that's the keys to the game. Now it's time for the starting lineups, starting with the Lancers. Senior number 1, Audrey Jacobs. Senior number 2, Zoe Tabernero. Junior number 5, Kenzie Cassidy. Freshman number 12, Charlie Gideon. Sophomore number 24, Elise White. And for your Bulldogs, sophomore number 2, Riley Boyce. Junior, number 3, Arista Sturgis. Senior, number 10, Mia Sarwinski. Senior, number 22, Kinsey Holden. And junior, number 34, Megan Fields. And that rounds out the starting lineups for both of these two teams. Both coaches having their final talks with their teams as we're about to get the final regular season game underway for both of these teams. Seems like just yesterday the regular season started, and now all of a sudden it's to the end, and we're near the spring. So tipping off for the Lancers, Charlie Gideon facing off against Riley Boyce. Lancers are going to win the tip-off and control possession first. Quickly trying to get it out to the wing to Cassidy and thrown out of bounds. Now the Bulldogs get the ball back. Early turnover for the Lancers, an unforced one. Lancers come out in a 2-3 zone. They get it down low to Fields, and her shot's off. And a rebound by the Lancers to take it the other way. It's going to be Gideon with the ball now. That's Jacobs. Mostly guarded by Sarwinski. Putting it on the floor is Tabernero. Lancers continuing to pass around the perimeter. Now down low, that's Gideon with it. Perimeter 3, no good for Jacobs. And an offensive rebound for the Lancers. Something the Bulldogs are going to have to limit tonight. Bulldogs come out in a 2-3 zone. Well, shot from the corner is no good. And into the hands of Boyce. She pushes the ball up the court. Now a jump stop just inside the 3-point line. Her shot short and a rebound from White. Now a foul committed by Arista Sturgis, the first foul of the game. Still no score in this one.
Galena girls so far showing a little struggle with the rebound, but doing a great job not leaving many openings on their defense. They're out there playing a 2-3 with a little bit of, looks like a man. I'm not quite sure. They're kind of moving around, not keeping a true 2-3. But
nice hands there by Sarwinski, and a chance at the other end. High off the glass, no good, and an offensive rebound. Boyce putback's no good. Bulldogs get another offensive rebound. Sarwinski kicks over to the wing. Boyce three's no good. Offensive rebound by Sturgis into the hands of Fields, and a foul is going to be called on the floor. This foul's going to go against Charlie Gideon, her first personal foul. Each team now with one team foul. Both teams off to a slow start. First substitution of the game. Kinsey Holden leaving the game, and Morgan Strong checking in for the Bulldogs. Get the ball inbounds, and Fields is fouled on her shot at the rim.
yeah, Fields did a really good job putting the ball up, and even though she missed getting the ball back and going for a putback, getting fouled and getting to go for 2.
Foul's called on Zoe Tabernero. First one's good, though, for Fields as we get the first points of the game. 2 minutes into the game. Fields' second one bounced around a couple times, but wouldn't go down. Bulldogs put the press on the Lancers. This time, it looked like they were going to get it past half court, but another unforced turnover is Audrey Jacobs, the senior, throws it out of bounds right at half court, and the ball will go back to the Bulldogs. Strong with it. Boyce was looking to pass to Strong, and nearly out of bounds. It's saved. Man, that's White driving to the hoop, was cut off by Boyce. Now out to the corner. White's three on the way. Off the glass, no good. And the Bulldogs will take it the other way. In transition, Boyce driving to the hoop and gets the layup to go off the glass. Bulldogs now lead by 3. Rest continuing to be a problem for these Lancers. And a timeout's going to be taken by head coach Derek Sanders. So that'll take us to our first timeout on the floor. We'll step away for a minute. We'll step away for 30 seconds. When we come back, we'll have more first quarter action.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the 4 states area. Learn.
So welcome back. As the Lancers called a first time out of the game, Bulldogs press has been causing problems early in this game. A couple unforced turnovers, and had to be the third turnover committed by the Lancers. So now a couple more substitutions coming in for the Bulldogs. Number 21, Marley Shoemaker, and number 35, Emma Smith. Checking in for Megan Fields and Arista Sturgis. Strong with it on the wing. Still has a dribble. Now puts it on the floor. Finds Sawinski. That's Jacobs guarding her. Sawinski now on the other wing. And Sawinski loses it out of bounds. That'll be the first turnover of the game for the Bulldogs. Now, Boyce and Sarwinski up top of the press, and Strong and Shoemaker at the half-court line. This pass poked away by Boyce for another turnover. An open three for Boyce. Should take it from the left corner and gets it to drop. Bulldogs lead by 6 with 4:30 to play. Now down at the other end. Good job by Marley Shoemaker to get back and tip that pass out of bounds. Zoe Tabernero is wide open under the hoop, but a good hustle play there by the Bulldogs. Shoemaker forced it out of bounds. 3 no good, and a rebound for Boyce. Looking to push the pace. Going to the hoop off the glass, can't get to go. Sarwinski's attempt no good. And Sarwinski gets the bucket and the foul. And the Bulldogs get exactly the start they wanted tonight. Chance to extend the lead to 9 as Sturgis will check back in the game for Strong. So Winston can't get the free throw to go, but an offensive rebound. Quickly down low. Boyce going up. Another offensive rebound to Smith, up off the glass and good. And that's now 4 different Bulldog scorers to start this game. So the Lancers still unable to get any points. It's going to be out of bounds off of Sarwinski. Stay with the Lancers. Three on the way, and no good. An offensive rebound, though. Multiple Bulldog defenders in the paint as they close out on Tabernero. Now back out to the perimeter. Sarwinski guarding Bella Tabernero. This pass is stolen away by Sarwinski. Another turnover, and Sarwinski loses it off her foot out of bounds. So 2 quick turnovers committed by each team there. Bulldogs continuing to put the pressure on the Lancers as they haven't been able to get anything offensively. It's now 5 turnovers on the Lancers to this point. But all the Lancers break the press. That's Bella Alexander with the ball and now has it stolen away by Sarwinski. Sarwinski, an outlet pass down the court. Boyce, an open layup, gets it to go. And the Bulldogs turn the defense into offense so far. Boyce now has 7 points in the game. This pass tipped and nearly stolen, but eventually into the hands of Elise White. And now poked away and stolen. That's Boyce with the ball. Dish off to Sarwinski. She goes up, won't get the bucket to go. And the Lancers maintain possession past half court. And we'll have a foul called on the floor. We'll wait to see what it's called on. That's going to be the second team foul called against the Bulldogs. It's going to go against Arista Sturgis, her second personal. Now a sub coming for the Lancers. Kinsley Cassidy will check back in for Elise White. Cassidy with it at the top of the key. Loses her dribble. Now Jacobs guarded closely by Sarwinski. Boyce guarding Zoe Tabernero, and Tabernero has it stolen away. Boyce, an open three from the left wing. Can't get it to go. Ball batted around a couple of times, but that's Audrey Jacobs who comes out of the pile with the ball. Cassidy will take the three. Can't get it to go. And Shoemaker with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Sarwinski directing the offense at the top of the key. Now Boyce with it. Looking to drive straight down the middle. Can't do it. Sturgis kicking into the paint. Shoemaker shot high off the glass. No good. And a rebound by Cassidy. The Lancers still looking for their first points. A bounce pass in the paint. And a foul is going to be called. They're going to call it on the shot. So that'll send Charlie Gideon to the line. This foul's going to go against Arista Sturgis, her third personal. So early foul trouble for her. Most likely you'll see a substitution coming. Kenzie Holden will check back in the game. And Megan Fields will check back in for Marley Shoemaker and Emma Smith. Sturgis will stay on the floor. Can't get it to go there is Charlie Gideon. Sarwinski had outlet pass right underneath the hoop. That's Sturgis with it, and she loses the ball. For the Bulldogs turnover of the game. Cassidy was looking to dish down low, but had nothing there. Sarwinski deflected the pass and then eventually into her hands. Three coming for Boyce, and swoosh. She now has game high of 10. And a timeout called on the floor with under a minute to play. Bulldogs out to a hot start, 15-0 over the Southeast Lancers. We'll step away for a minute. When we come back, we'll have the final 42 seconds of the first quarter.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
So welcome back to the final 142 of play. Bulldogs in complete control now. So we saw them put a press on the Lancers for the most part of the first quarter. This time they elect to call the press off for the final minute of this quarter. Cross-court pass. Now top of the key, Jacobs with it. Strong now in the game, newly checked in out of the timeout. Sturgis will take a seat. Kick to the corner. Continuing to pass it around the Lancers. Now 10 seconds to go. Looking like they'll take the last shot. Over to the corner, 3 on the way for White. Off the front of the rim, no good. And Body's on the floor getting the ball, and time's going to run out as Sarwinski was dribbling it up the court. So at the end of one, Bulldogs lead Southeast 15-0. Coming up after this quick message, we'll have second quarter action here on Galena Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. No.
So welcome into the second quarter of play from Cherokee, Kansas, side of Southeast High School. Strong with it, takes the 3 from the corner. It's no good, and a rebound by the Lancers. Lancers have numbers. It's Tabernero driving and had the numbers, but Zakiah Dickinson going up and getting fouled. Nearly checked into the game. Her first action of the night. She'll go line and shoot 2. Dickinson's first free throw off the front of the rim. Lancers 0 for 3 from the line so far. And Dickinson's second one, no good. Megan Fields comes down with the rebound and into the hands of Sarwinski. Kick to the corner, Strong from the same spot. This 3 too strong. And a rebound by Bella Tabernero. Now Cassidy with it at the free throw line. Picking down low and poked away by Fields, but eventually recovered by White, and she gets fouled by Kenzie Holden. That'll be Holden's first personal of the game, and team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs. Boyce will check back into the game for Kenzie Holden. Inbound goes to Cassidy at the top of the key. Now driving shot on the way, and no good for White. Sarwinski brings it up for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Strong in the corner. She loses her dribble. Sarwinski at 3, no good, and a long rebound out to Megan Fields. Boyce thought about it, driving in the paint, and she's going to be fouled. I believe they're going to call it off the floor. So the Bulldogs are inbound from the baseline. Inbound goes to Shoemaker. Now Sarwinski crossing over just inside the 3-point line. Shot no good. And Zoe Tabernero with the rebound. Trying to get it down low. Another turnover for the Lancers. Sarwinski looking to drive, absorbs the contact. Just missed. Now the Lancers will go the other way. So that's Bella Tabernero trying to get inside on Megan Fields, and this pass is poked away by Sarwinski, and another turnover by the Lancers. Boyce at the other end, off the bottom of the backboard. Back and forth game these last couple minutes. And that's White driving strong to the hoop. Draws the foul. It's going to be on Megan Fields. So Bulldogs 16 foul. Last time I said it was the 4th, but that's the 6th actually on this foul. Free throw, no good for White. And White gets this one to go for the first points of the game for the Lancers as they're on the board. Comes 10 minutes into the game. Sawinski driving, jump shot. Shot good from the left elbow. Now that's Cassidy with it, guarded by Boyce. She loses her dribble. White driving on Shoemaker. Pass nearly stolen. And pass tipped around a couple times into the hands of Boyce. Sarwinski loses the handle of it. And the Lancers get the ball back. Sarwinski with a fast break opportunity there. Now bodies on the floor. Megan Fields comes away with it. Wisely finds Strong for the outlet. Now Sarwinski looking to drive. Her shot, no good. Both teams back and forth. Almost like a track meet on the court right now. Shot up and no good. Now it's Cassidy. Her three is good from the right wing. And that cuts the Bulldogs' lead to 13. Now Sarwinski slowing things down here for a little bit. Goes behind the back, looking to get in the paint. Nice dish to Fields, and she banks it off the glass and in for 2. Fields with her 3rd point of the game. It's White kicking over to Wren, and she gets the bucket to go from the left elbow. Now the Lancers finding a little bit of spark on offense. That first point came at the 6-minute mark. Now in the last 2 minutes, 6 points. So starting to find their groove. Sarwinski driving to the hoop, trying to draw the foul. Couldn't get it. And a foul is going to be committed. It can be the 17th foul on Galena. So 1-1 coming up for the Lancers. This foul goes against Mia Sarwinski. Her first personal. Sturgis checking back into the game for the Bulldogs, and Emma Smith. Also Kenzie Holden checking in. Megan Fields, Marley Shoemaker, and Morgan Strong take a seat for the Bulldogs. Front end of the 1-1 is missed by the Lancers. Now looking down low, Sturgis. Boyce in the paint. Turnaround shot. Good. High off the glass. Tabernero with it. Into the corner, Gideon. And a double dribble. It's going to be called on Kendall Wren. Turnovers haunting the Lancers so far this half. Now down low, Smith's shot's blocked. And into the hands of Gideon. And we're going to have a foul called. So Referees might have saw more contact than just a regular foul, so they're talking it over. So I believe they're going to call an intentional foul on Sarwinski. So that would be Sarwinski's second foul of the game. Team foul number 8 on the Bulldogs. First free throw is no good for Bella Tabernero. Second one gets it to go. 1 of 2 from the line that time. Cuts Bulldogs lead down to 14. Sarwinski will take a seat on the bench as Morgan Strong will check in the game for the Bulldogs. So now with the ball, Audrey Jacobs, boys, getting her hands in there and going to create a tie-up. Possession arrow stay at this end of the floor. Inbound goes to Audrey Jacobs. Now download Cassidy with it. Cassidy gets it back on the left wing. Thought about it. Now kicks to the corner. 3 on the way. No good for Elise White. And a rebound by Cassidy. Now ripped away by Kenzie Holden. And the Bulldogs will take it the other way. Finds the hands of Sturgis on the corner. Now over to the wing. Strong 3 on the way. Too strong. Ball hit and into the hands of Sturgis. So we have a little over 2 minutes to play until halftime. Bulldogs command a 14-point lead. Holden with it. Loses her dribble. Boyce makes her move to the hoop and has it stripped away. That's Kendall Wren with it. Looking to make her move to the hoop. And has her path cut off by Morgan Strong. Driving in. Nice move to get her open look. And shot's good for Elise White. A timeout called by Coach Shockey for the Bulldogs. A full one. So we'll step away for a minute. When we come back, we'll have the final 1:41 to play here in the second quarter.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
So welcome in to the final 1:41 to play until halftime. The Bulldogs command a 12-point lead. Just want to remind you, we'll have a halftime show here presented to you by Mercy, where we'll recap the first half and stats. History Strong gets it to go. She's had a couple attempts tonight, but that's the first one she's been able to knock down. Extends the Bulldogs' lead. Out to Cassidy with it. Back out to the perimeter. Over to the top of the key. 3 on the way for Jacobs. Off the glass, no good. And Strong gets a rebound for the Bulldogs. Now under a minute to play. It's Boyce with the ball. Strong 3. This one no good. And a rebound by Kenzie Cassidy. She'll bring it up the court. Crosses over to her right. Driving in off the glass, too strong. And a long rebound into the hands of Kendall Wren. Now 30 seconds to play. This pass kind of into nowhere man's land, and Elise White comes over and gets the pass. And shot good for Cassidy. And 10 seconds to go. Bulldogs one last chance to score some points this half. Boyce with it. 2 seconds, now 1. And runs out of time. So at the break, Bulldogs lead 24-11. Coming up after this quick message, we'll have the Mercy halftime show where we'll recap first half stats and analysis. All that coming up on Galena Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the four states area. Learn more at mercy.net.
So welcome back to Galena Sports Live, and welcome into the halftime show presented to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the four states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So at the break, the Bulldogs lead Southeast Lancers 24-11. A little bit around the area with a little under 4 minutes to play in the Frontenac-Columbus game. Frontenac's up 22-16. And currently, St. Mary's Colgan leads Girard 37-7 with a little under a minute to play until halftime. So those are some scores around the area. Just wanted to get you guys mainly the Girard score, since both of those two teams are tied. If Colgan can hang on to that one, that would guarantee Galena the 5 seed, which would either put them in position to play Riverton or Columbus, as those schedules will come out tomorrow. But back to this game, the leading scores at halftime for the Bulldogs. Leading the way, Riley Boyce with 12 points. Mia Sarwinski with 4 points. Morgan Strong with 3. Megan Fields with 3. And Emma Smith with 2. So that rounds out the Bulldogs scoring. 5 different people scoring for the Bulldogs. Definitely a good sign for them as they got off to a good start. Cole just informed me over here that it was at the end of 1, 15-0. So the Bulldogs got off to the start they were supposed to. And in the first quarter mainly, the Lancers came out and turned the ball over a lot. In the first half, they had 12 turnovers compared to the Galena 4 turnovers. And that's really one of the big things separating these two teams at the break. Southeast got into the bonus there as Galena started to commit quite a bit of fouls. Arista Sturgis racked up 3 fouls early in the first quarter, and then Mia Sarwinski has 2. She had that intentional foul there about halfway through the second quarter and ended up sitting the rest of the quarter. Coach Shockey decided to sit her down and kind of let her cool down a little bit. But for the Bulldogs, did a really good job forcing turnovers, getting their hands in passing lanes, and if this game gets close or even out of the locker room, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bulldogs come out and put that press on. It was very successful as they held Southeast to 0 points in the first quarter when the press was on. They stopped the press with under a minute when they came out of that timeout, but Southeast wasn't able to do much. It forced a lot of turnovers, and they really had troubles getting the ball past half court, forced and unforced. Most of them being forced, though, just due to the good defense Galena was playing in that half. Galena on track right now to move to 9-11, and it'd be a great way to end their season here at Southeast. Still 16 minutes to play in this one, but you never know. There's still 16 minutes that could completely change.
Yeah, Cooper, it's definitely anything really can happen in this game. You came into the second quarter there, and Southeast actually outscored Galena in that second quarter 9-11, which still is only a 2-point deficit, and we're still up by 13 points. So it's still a lot of points that they need to make up, but they showed improvement against compared to the first quarter 15-0. It's a huge change and a huge difference, and I think that really comes down to Sturgis being out with 3 fouls. She was out for most of that second quarter, and then also Mia going out halfway through that second quarter. And then also, I guess I'd say second quarter a lot, but the press wasn't as proficient that whole, or not the whole second quarter, but mainly half of it, or majority of it, I would say. The press wasn't as dominant. I think that really came down to there was a lot more turnovers both ways, and there was a lot of just open breaks both ways, and I think that made it so that there was a lot less opportunity to full court press like they were the first quarter.
Oh yeah. So about 2 minutes until second half tips off. We'll step away one more time, and when we come back, we'll be closer to third quarter action beginning here on Galena Sports Live.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the 4 states area. Learn more at mercy.net.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
There we go. So welcome back to the Mercy halftime show presented to you by Mercy. Both teams back on the floor now, ready to get the final half of play underway. Bulldogs will start second half with the same starting lineup, or same lineup as they started the game with. And the Bulldogs will get the ball first. So Sarwinski with the ball. Held the 4 points in the first half, averaging right around 23 this season, and we're going to have a travel called on Sturgis. She caught the ball and took a couple too many steps. So the ball will be back to the Lancers. Jacobs with it, loses her dribble. Galena in a 2-3 zone like they started the game in. Pass tipped away and stolen. Bulldogs force another turnover. Much like they started the first half. It's Boyce with it. Closely guarded by Bella Tabernero. Sarwinski driving, now kicking down low. A nice find to Fields as she gets the bucket to go right by the hoop. Man, the Bulldogs get on the board first in the third quarter. Driving to the hoop. Cassidy had a clear lane, but cut off by Fields. Now Jacobs will try jump stop shot, rolled around and goes down. And the Bulldog leads cut back to 13. Sarwinski brings it up for the Bulldogs. Crossed over, driving straight to the hoop. Floating shot no good, and a putback was no good. Fields got the offensive rebound. Now back out to the perimeter. Boyce 3 on the way, no good. Gets her own rebound. Now near the hoop, off the glass, and good. Boyce now at her season average, about 13.5. Now it's 14 in the game. Leading the Bulldogs so far. This pass tipped, nearly stolen, but into the hands of Cassidy. They look to get it down low. Zoe Tabernero with it. Top of the key, Jacobs 3, too strong. And nearly corralled by Zoe Tabernero, but it's tipped to Boyce as she looks to drive off the glass, too strong. And into the hands of Jacobs. Jacobs getting all the way down the floor and now cut off by Holden. Now over to the right wing. Bella Tabernero's 3 gets it to go. And the Bulldogs leads cut to 12. So the Lancers coming out with some quick points. Sarwinski looking to get to the hoop. Her shot gets it to go. Tough finish. Now this shot no good. Rebound by Fields. It's been really active on the defensive and offensive boards so far tonight. Continuing there, Sarwinski driving off the glass, no good. Boyce tried to go back up. As soon as she got the rebound and gets fouled. Oh, his first free throw rattles around, but couldn't get it to go. Only the Bulldogs' third free throw attempt of the night. And gets that one to go. Now gets it to the corner. Zoe Tavernero. Now our sister Bella Tavernero with it. Quickly passed around by the Lancers. Right wing three on the way and off the left side of the rim for Bella Tavernero. Rebound by Marley Shoemaker for the Bulldogs. Sarwinski jump stop, falling away from the hoop. Shot no good, and a rebound by Tavernero. Ball might have been kicked. Yeah, I think it went off Morgan Strong's foot. So the ball stayed with the Lancers. So now the Lancers with it. Bulldogs lead now out to 15, the largest of the game. Tied for the first quarter. Ball out of bounds will stay with the Lancers. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll step away with them. And when we come back, we'll have 3:47 to play in the third quarter here on Galena Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
So the Lancers will inbound. White to inbound. Gets it into Jacobs. Jacobs looking to drive. It's cut off by Shoemaker. Now to the top of the key. Driving's White. Jump stop shot might have been blocked by Smith, but into the hands of Sarwinski. Strong and open look on the wing. Decides not to take it. Now down low. Smith's layup. Gets it to go. Smith now with 4 points in the game. Now down low to Cassidy. Into the corner is White, guarded by Shoemaker. Now this pass nearly stolen away, but a good hustle play by White. Keep the ball at this end of the floor on a jump ball. A couple of substitutions for the Lancers. Kendall Wren and Zakiah Dickinson. Driving in is White, and she's going to be fouled by Riley Boyce. That'll be her first personal foul of the game. Team foul number 1 of the half on Galena. Inbound goes to Cassidy. Jacobs with it in the corner, guarded by Sarwinski. Lancers went on a little bit of a cold spell on offense. Now driving is White. Smith contesting that shot. And this ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Krista Sturgis check into the game for Morgan Strong for the Bulldogs. Now this Boyce reached her hand in there and it's going to be called for the foul. 2 consecutive fouls now for her and second team foul of the half. Inbound goes to Jacobs. Wren with it. They were looking to get it down low to Dickinson. Now they do. Her shot up and no good. Rebound by Shoemaker. Now Sarwinski with it, bringing it up. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Sarwinski driving in, absorbs the contact, rolls around, and gets it to go. Pass poked away. And won't be a backcourt violation. Riley Boyce tipped it into the backcourt. I'll tell you, Audrey Jacobs with it. And unforced turnover on the Lancers. Her second turnover of the half. And 14th turnover of the game. Kinsey Holden checking back into the game. And Megan Fields checking in for Marley Shoemaker and Emma Smith for your Bulldogs. Sarwinski with it, crossing over to her left. Gets it down low to Fields. She tried to work inside, lost control of the ball out of bounds, and turns it over. Very low scoring game in this one. The Bulldogs in command, 19-point lead. Dickinson with it down low. This pass is tipped and Sarwinski gets to it. And she's going to be fouled by Elise White on that play. So that'll be team foul number 2 on the Lancers this half. Some substitutions coming for the Lancers as Dickinson checks out of the game and Bella Tabernero checks back into the game. Sarwinski driving, kicking Fields from the corner, no good. And it's Kenzie Cassidy coming up with the rebound. Now the Lancers with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Audrey Jacobs now. Tavernero driving in. Her layup no good, and a rebound by Fields. Sarwinski with pace at the other end, driving, and it's going to draw it. It's going to be called for the charge. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Bulldogs lead 35-16 at the end of 3. Coming up after this, we'll have fourth quarter action here on Galena Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field. especially for those that are stuck, out standing in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
So welcome into the final quarter of play. Final quarter of play is sponsored to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the 4 states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So there at the end of the third quarter, I said they called an offensive charging foul, but they didn't end up calling it. The referee was pointing like it was a charge, but never ended up coming over to the scorer's table to mark it into the books. So Sarwinski still with 2 fouls in this game. So Bulldogs lead by 19 heading into the final quarter of play. It's White with it, gets it to the corner. Cassidy's 3 on the way, no good. A long rebound, Holden able to save it right there at the baseline. Sarwinski thought about driving, now brings it out to the top of the key. Now a nice cut. Sarwinski shot no good, and an offensive rebound by Holden. Sarwinski 3, too strong. And a chase after it. White has the ball. Now a fast break opportunity. And a nice block by Fields at the other end. A good hustle play. Able to get back and prevent the Lancers from scoring there. And Boyce is going to be fouled at the other end of the floor. This foul's going to go against number 2, Zoe Tabernero. So Boyce gets that free throw to go. Extends the Bulldogs lead out to 20. Boyce second one too strong. Now the Lancers at the other end. White driving in too strong off the glass. And Fields comes down with the rebound. Now 6:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Sowinski goes behind the back. Now jump stop and a nice find to Megan Fields. She's done that a couple times today. And it's given the Bulldogs some easy buckets, some unselfish play. Now White at the other end. Her shot no good. Body's on the floor. Coming up with it's White, and she's going to be fouled. We'll wait and see who they're going to call the foul against. It'll be the Bulldogs' 3rd team foul called against Kenzie Holden, their 3rd personal of the game. And that sends Elise White to the line for 2. First one's no good. And White unable to get either one to go. Sarwinski with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Sarwinski driving in, and it's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Sarwinski's first attempt's good. 2-2 from the line. That time by Mia. Now we'll have a foul called on Megan Fields. So that's Fields' second personal foul and team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs. They now lead by 24 with 5:30 to play in the game. Substitutions checking in for the Bulldogs. Number 12, Morgan Strong. Number 35, Emma Smith. And number 21, Marley Shoemaker. Have a foul called in the shooting motion on Morgan Strong, her first personal. This one's good for Bella Tabernero. And Tabernero gets both to go that time and cuts the Bulldogs' lead to 22. Still a lot of work to do for the Lancers. Bulldogs still in complete control. Strong takes a 3 from the right wing. No good, and it goes out of bounds. So ball back to Southeast. It's 3 on the way and good for Bella Tabernero. Now 5 minutes to play. Sarwensky will bring it up for the Bulldogs. Boyce with it and shoots a 3 and gets fouled in the motion. She'll have 3 free throws from the line. Unable to get the first one. Boyce now 2 of 5 from the line tonight. So it's 2 more. And Boyce gets the final one to go. 1 of 3 from the line that time. Now Cassie with it down low, making her move into the paint. Pass stolen away by Strong and Boyce as they were both there. And Boyce is going to get fouled. She was trying to get to the hoop. And gets run into that one to go. Two of 2 from the line that time for Boyce. Now 4:30 to play. Quickly down to the other end. White, her shot's no good. Sarwensky gets the rebound. Bulldogs are out and running. Sarwensky driving, and she's going to get fouled. So at the conclusion of this game, we'll talk about key plays and stats from this game, and then coming up after this, we'll have the boys matchup between these two teams. That tip-off is expected around 7:30, so about 15 minutes at the conclusion of this game. Sarwensky gets first free throw to go, and also the second. Sarwensky missed her first free throw of the game, but has gotten all 4 free throws since. Sarwinski with a burst of speed at the other end, driving, shot no good, and a rebound by the Lancers. So that's White with it, nearly stolen away, but retained by Southeast. 3 on the way for Cassidy's no good. Ball was saved, but to the wrong team. Boyce brings it up. Now Shoemaker from the left elbow, shot no good. And Cassidy comes away with the rebound for the Lancers. Now 3:20 to play in this one. And a foul's going to be called. It's a 16 foul on Galena. It's going to be called on Mia Sarwinski, her 3rd personal. Shiley Click will check into the game for Morgan Strong. Straightaway 3 for Cassidy's no good. An offensive rebound. Foul's going to be called on the floor. So now a 1-and-1 coming up for Southeast. This foul's called on Shiley Click, newly entering the game. First one's good for White. Kenzie Holden will check into the game for Marley Shoemaker. Second one, no good. An offensive rebound. Jacobs coming away with the offensive rebound. Now an open look from the corner, way off. And Sarwinski gets the rebound. Bulldogs with numbers. Sarwinski driving and finishing off the glass. It's just 2:45 remaining in this game. Bulldogs in complete control. And they're going to move to 9-11. 3 no good, and a rebound nearly. It looked like Sarwinski had it, but it'll go out of bounds and stay with the Lancers. Oh. It's Jacobs inbounding to Cassidy, and we're going to have a foul called on the floor, so another 1-and-1 coming up for Southeast. Foul goes against Kenzie Holden, her 4th personal. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good for Kenzie Cassidy. Galena not letting off the brakes yet. Sarwinski banks it off the glass and in. Sarwinski now with 12 second half points. Brings her to 16 on the game, and we're going to have another foul called under the hoop on the offensive rebound by Southeast. That'll be foul number 5 on Kenzie Holden as she fouls out of the game. First one is no good for Zoe Tabernero. And second one, no good. So Sarwinski brings it up for the Bulldogs. Click with it. Now Click gets it from the left wing and can't get it to go. It's Kendall Wren coming away with the rebound. And pass stolen away. Now Click with a fast break. And we're going to have a travel called. So 1:44 to play. Riley Boyce will take a seat for the Bulldogs as Morgan Strong checks in. Now Dickinson cross-court pass down low to Sue. And Sarwinski with it. 1:20 to play. Sarwinski driving. Now brings it back out to the perimeter. Cross-court pass to Click as it nearly goes out of bounds. Now Click finds Fields. Bulldogs passing around. Now under a minute to play. Sarwinski jump stop kick. And the Bulldogs with a really good win today. Click's last minute shot no good. Now the Lancers possibly one last attempt. Dribbled out of bounds by Bailey Sue. Turnover number 18 for the Lancers in this one. Man, that's... I think we have a timeout called on the floor, but not much left in this game as it's been all Bulldogs from the tip-off, from that 15-0 start, and then the Bulldogs out of the chutes in the second half have been too much to handle. Been quite a bit of fouls in the second half both ways, but Galena has done a really good job really drawing fouls and getting to the line. For the Bulldogs, turned the ball over 8 times tonight, season average being 10. And for the Lancers, turn it over 18 times. Hard to win a game when you turn it over that many times, but Galena has made the most of their opportunities tonight and has been constant with the pressure. Anytime the ball gets past half court, Galena's been all over the Lancers tonight in the regular season finale. So Galena is going to finish the regular season 9-11. Built as a team quite a bit throughout this season. And now the final 37 seconds. Just Click, a chance at a 3, no good. Chase after it in the corner, and it'll stay with the Bulldogs. So they get it inbounded. It's Click with it and has it stolen away. Now the Lancers with it, dribbling it up the court, and it's going to be out of bounds. Go back to the Bulldogs for the final 14.7 seconds. Galena can basically just dribble this one out. So they're going to cruise to a 49-22 victory. Or they're going to try and get Click a final bucket. Being a senior, can't get it to go as final buzzer is going to sound. Lady Bulldogs win this one 49-22. So Galena ends our regular season on a good note. So we'll step away, and when we come back, we'll recap game and stats. All that coming up on the Mercy Postgame Show here on Galena Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done, roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Family-owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Welcome into the postgame show presented to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the 4 states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So the Bulldogs, the Lady Bulldogs, come out victorious in their final regular season game, 49-22. Headliner, Bulldogs turned the ball over 8 times, and the Lady Lancers turned the ball over 19 times. Really, Galena did a good job of capitalizing on those opportunities and playing with speed out in transition and drawing fouls, going up strong and really drawing fouls. Thanks to the good 15-0 start for the Bulldogs, it's what really created all this. But your leading scorers for the night, Riley Boyce with 19 points, Mia Sarwinski with 16, Morgan Strong with 3, Megan Fields with 7, and Emma Smith with 4. So that rounds out your Bulldogs scoring as 2 leading scorers lead the way, and then 3 other supporting cast scorers around there. But the Bulldogs really just showed that they were a better team in this matchup. Both teams with an 8-11 record coming into this one. Southeast playing 2A in the South, or the Three Rivers League. Galena was just too much for them to handle tonight, and Galena, Megan Fields did a really good job on the defensive and offensive boards, one of her better rebounding games to this point in this season, and that created a lot of extra opportunities for the Bulldogs right around the hoop, and Mia Sarwinski showed a lot of unselfishness tonight. She drew a lot of attention to the defense and made some smart passes down low to Megan Fields and Emma Smith. Found them down there for a couple open layups and were able to get some really easy buckets down low. But what what really stood out to you, Cole?
Pretty much the same things, Cooper. Megan Fields looked really good this game. You saw she was open a lot at the basket, and Mia Sawinski was really utilizing that and getting the ball to her, and a lot of great looks to Megan Fields on the inside. You also saw boys and Mia, of course, have the great games that they usually do, but the big plus is seeing the points all around the board and see a lot of different people scoring, and seeing Galena really doing well no matter who's in on the lineup. Like, you could have Megan Fields or you could have Emma Smith in, and you see a difference, but you don't really see a difference. You still see a team that is playing well, and they're playing well no matter who's in. And I think this game was just a great game overall. I didn't see really any negatives toward this game, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, we saw Sawinski pick up that intentional foul. I believe it was one of the only fouls above a regular foul that we've seen this season, but it was kind of got tied up down low, and then player went flying and got called for that. But some scores around the area. Frontenac is going to win their game. They're up 20 points, 58-38 on Columbus with a minute to play in that game. So Columbus is going to drop that game. So that would mean if Riverton's able to win, then they would go above Columbus, and Galena would end up playing Columbus first round. So all that'll be determined tomorrow. I'm not any expert at that, so what I say is not anywhere near 100%. But now 10 minutes and 30 seconds away from the tip-off here in the boys' game, so we'll step away, and when we come back, we'll start pregame for that matchup. All that coming up next on Galena Sports Live.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the four-states area. Learn more at mercy.net.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
So welcome into the pregame show presented to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the four states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So the game next up, we have the Galena Bulldogs boys taking on the Southeast Lancers boys. And for the Galena Bulldogs boys, it's been nothing short of an amazing season, historical season, 19-0 coming into this one, 12-0 in league play, and a chance to go undefeated in regular season play heading into postseason play tonight. For Southeast Lancers, they come into this game 16-3 out of the Three Rivers League. Their three losses coming to 3A teams, and then Parsons was one of them, a 4A team. They dropped that game to Parsons 34-68, and then They dropped their game to Riverton 43-50, and also dropping their game to Columbus 41-57. All their other games have been games in 2A or out of league play in 2A. But for the Lancers, you best believe they're going to give the Bulldogs all they can handle tonight, knowing they're coming in here with perfect regular season record, so the Lancers have nothing to lose tonight. For Galena, their last time out, they're able to get the win over Columbus 40-29 on Friday, and they've already clinched the one seed in sub-state play, and it'll depend on what happens this final week between if they'll play Caney Valley or Baxter Springs first round of sub-state. But for Galena, it's really been their height and versatility that's got them to this point, along with a lot of seniors, a lot of veteran leadership on this team. And this squad, this senior class is 78-8 all time, so they know a lot about winning, and that's contributed to them growing up together for most of their life, and the great coach they have in Matt Meyer, who's really coached them up to be this good of a team. And a team could be this good, but if you don't play good as a team, you're not going to win many games. But this team showed chemistry throughout all the ups and downs through this season. For Galena, they've been able to get it done inside and out. Like I talked about, their versatility. They've got multiple guys that can play inside. They got Tyler Little. They got Ty Hall. They got Malachi Wesley. All those guys can get it done from the inside, but also we've seen those guys knock down threes from the perimeter. Obviously, they're not their better three-point shooters. You have guys like Jack Perry, who's been in a little bit of a slump recently, and right around this time would be a great time for him to heat up from behind the arc, as that would be even more of a boost to an already really good Galena team as they've ran through the CNC League. They went undefeated 12-0 in CNC play this year, and now chance to go 20-0 and convert over this. For Galena, their defense is what has led the way. Not only everybody knows about how good their offense is, their offense is averaging 58 points a game, and they're only allowing 36 points a game, which defense is really where it starts for any team. Defense wins championships is what they say, and 36 points a game, if you're holding teams to that on average, which that's not every game, but that's still a very impressive number throughout 19 games. That's about 9 points a quarter, which is very impressive, and their 2-3 zone has worked out for most of the season. We've seen times where they have to go to the man, and that can create struggles for the paint as they have troubles protecting the paint more. But for a majority of the season, that 2-3 zone has been deadly with the length Galena has and the size they have. They've really been able to get their hands into passing lanes and make it hard for any team to get the ball inside. It almost forces the teams to settle for shots on the perimeter, as even in the 2-3 zone, Galena's guards so far out on the 3-point line. You'll see times where teams will pass the ball around the perimeter for 30 seconds to a minute just because there's nothing there. Galena doesn't stop. They stay in defensive stance, and they're always shuffling. Good fundamental defense they're consistently playing. So in this series, Galena 18-0 all time versus Southeast, looking to move to 19-0 tonight. About 3 minutes away till tip-off, where we'll see how the Bulldogs come out. So we'll step away one more time, and when we come back, we'll have keys to the game and tip-off. Keys to the game, starting lineups, and tip-off shortly following. All that coming up next on Galena Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Family owned and operated, G Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
So welcome back to the Mercy pregame show, as we have a minute and a half until tip-off. For the Bulldogs, some season stats. Leading scorer on the season, Tyler Little, with averaging 20.5 points per game. Jack Perry has been in a recent slump, still averaging 10 points per game. Malachi Wesley with 8.5 points per game. Maverick Harmon with 8 points per game. And Hadley Price and Ty Hall each with 5 points per game. So, and that's the main guys we see for the Bulldogs. Some keys to the game for the Bulldogs. For the Bulldogs, it's really crucial to get inside and dominate inside, opening up the perimeter game. We've seen them do it time in and time out this season. So when they get inside, get out to an early lead, and can dominate inside, it opens up a lot of looks on the perimeter for the Bulldogs. Another thing is second chance points. Dominating the offensive rebounds is really big for the Bulldogs. And then Galena, to this point, they played really well with pace and space. Whenever they get out in transition and force turnovers, things usually turn out to be really good for the Bulldogs. So the starting lineups for the Southeast Lancers tonight: senior number 1, John Turpin; senior number 3, Cade Burdett; senior number 2, Drake Goyman; senior number 20, Wyatt Scales; and senior number 23, Landon Cole. For your Bulldogs, senior number 2, Malachi Wesley; senior number 3, Maverick Harmon; senior number 11, Hadley Price; senior number 24, sophomore number 33, Jack Perry; and senior number 50, Tyler Little. So Ty Hall will start off as the 6th man tonight for the Bulldogs. And they're still announcing starting lineups on the court.
So that's senior number 4, Easton.
So a lot of seniors in this game, as Southeast Lancers have 5 seniors starting, and the Bulldogs have 4 seniors starting, only underclassmen being Jack Perry. So it's going to be a good game we have getting underway here shortly from Cherokee, Kansas, side of Southeast High School. So the Bulldogs set for tip-off. Is Tyler Little tip-off for your Bulldogs? Head coaches in tonight's matchup: head coach for the Bulldogs, Matt Meyer, and head coach for Southeast, Dan Wall. Bulldogs will wear navy blue, and Southeast Lancers will be in the white. Chipping off is John Turpin for the Lancers as the Bulldogs win tip-off, and Price will bring the ball up for the Bulldogs. Jack Perry with it. So the Lancers start off in a 2-3 zone. Cross-court pass to Price. Lancers guarding pretty high out of the zone. Perry, an open look, unable to get it to go. And a rebound to start this game. It's Cade Burdett bringing it up the court for the Lancers. Galena also in a 2-3 zone to start. Working it down low, pass is tipped and stolen away. Maverick Harmon with it. Now finds Wesley. Kick to the corner is Perry, who's driving. Finds Price, an open look from the corner. 3, no good. And it's Wyatt Scales coming down with it for the Lancers. Pass tipped out of bounds by Jack Perry. Keeping active hands. Bulldogs with a couple early looks that look good, but unable to get them to fall. Still have yet to see Tyler Little get a touch on the ball. It's Cade Burdett with the ball. Now turnaround hook shot, and it's good by Easton Wren. Bulldogs no problem breaking the press. Jack Perry has it at the other end for the Bulldogs. Now Price calling out the play from the top of the key. Over to Harmon on the left wing. Now Tyler Little gets it in the paint. Harmon driving in, jump stop, kicked out to the wing. Now Perry gets it down low to Little as he tries to go up and under. His shot blocked. Finds an open Harmon, and he drains the 3 to get the Bulldogs scoring started. And the Bulldogs now a 1-point lead 2 minutes into this game. Wren at the top of the key, now Burdett. Now they find it at the free throw line. Layup up and in by John Turpin. Harmon blowing past his defender and easily beating the press. Now it's Wesley. They look to get it into Little as they do. Nearly stolen away. Perry looks at it, now takes the 3. Didn't hit the rim. Wesley with the rebound. Second chance point, can't get it to go. And then eventually on the third try, gets it to go. The Bulldogs regain the lead. Deep 3 taken by Burdett as he gets this one to go from way outside. Lancers off to a good start shooting. Wesley down low. Perry finger roll layup, and things are all knotted up at 7. Now it's Burdett with it. Thought about another 3, but closed out on by Jack Perry. Now it's Wren trying to get it down low to John Turpin, but Turpin wasn't expecting the pass. It's the Bulldogs will inbound. Full court press put on by the Lancers. Tyler Little making good use of the pump fake. Perry driving in, Euro step, now kick to the perimeter. 4 guys on the wing for the Bulldogs. Now a cross-court pass to Price. Tyler Little with it. Now Price will take this 3 from the left wing. A friendly roll as he gets it to go. Hit off the front part and then the back part and finally in. And Price has his first points. Bulldogs already with 4 different scores in this game. All their starters except for Tyler Little on the board. Their leading scorer. Now up top, Goyman with it. Now Burdett gets it on the corner and gets another 3 to go. It's Burdett. It's been able to knock it down from 3 so far. Shown range. Now Little has it nearly stolen away, diving on the floor, but the Bulldogs retain possession. Now Price has it. Perry over to Harmon. And Jack Perry's going to be called for the travel. First substitution of the game. Ty Hall coming in the game for Jack Perry. It's the first turnover of the game for the Bulldogs. Lancers starting off hot. Now Burdett, a deep 3, rolled around, can't get it to go. An offensive rebound, and that's Wyatt Scales who gets the bucket and the foul. Scales chance for a three-point play at the line. And Scales can't get the three-point play, but gives the Lancers the lead. 12-10 Lancers now. Wesley lost his dribble. Wesley with it in the corner. Now Tyler Little back over to Harmon. Now he'll take it from the right wing off the right side of the rim, and an offensive rebound by the Bulldogs. This pass tipped out of bounds into the Lancer bench, and the ball stay on this end of the floor. So now Price has the ball at the top of the key. Now Price, a deep three, and can't get it to go. John Turpin with the rebound, and the Lancers take it the other way. Bulldogs so far haven't got anything in the paint. This pass might have been tipped, but Bulldogs force a turnover there. Oh, Harmon has it, or Wesley. Little gets inside the paint and gets his first basket of the game. We're going to have a timeout called. So 5 different Bulldogs scoring in this game. Bulldogs, things knotted up at 12 with 2:02 to play in the first quarter. Stay with us as we got a good one on our hands. We'll be back in a minute here on Galena Sports Live.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the 4 states area. Learn more at mercy.net.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
So welcome back to Galena Sports Live. So the Lancers will get the ball out of the timeout. They call their first timeout of the half. And have got off to a good start. Burdette with the ball. It's knocked down a couple nice threes. Bulldogs getting balanced, scoring all over so far. It's Wren making his move to the hoop. Can't get it to go. And Ty Hall with the rebound. Harmon with it on the left wing. Now Harmon driving in, jump stop from the free throw line. Unable to get it to go. Battle on the floor, and the Lancers come away with it. Driving to the hoop, unable to get it to go. And offensive rebound by John Turpin. He gets fouled trying to put it back. So far the Bulldogs, that's a couple offensive rebounds the Lancers have got. Haven't seen that much from the Bulldogs. Be interesting to see if they tighten it up on the defensive boards. And then Turpin gets the first one to go. Turpin's second one, no good. Ty Hall with the rebound. Price feeds it down low, and this is taken away as the whole Lancer defense collapse, and that's Drake Guyman finishing at the other end. Now they put the press on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs no problem. Little driving in and gets the finger roll to go. See the Bulldogs trying to do a lot more of that. So that seemed easy for Tyler Little. Now 20 seconds to play. Lancers lead by 1. Looking like the Lancers are going to try and hold for the last shot. Now 10 seconds. Burdett dribbling. Guarded by Harmon. Burdett kicked to the corner. 3 on the way for Scales. No good. As Price rebounds it. 1 second. Shot from half court's good if it goes. And off the side of the rim. At the end of 1. Bulldogs trail by 1. Coming up after this, we'll have second quarter action here on Galena Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
So welcome in to second quarter action. Eventful first quarter. Lancers lead it by 1. Lancers start with the ball. Cade Burdett bringing the ball up. And Burdett quickly takes 3 from straight away. It's no good. Little brings it up. Now Ty Hall. The short corner. Perry down low to Ty Hall. Nice feed to Little. Couple of Bulldogs down there. Harmon shots blocked by John Turpin. Now off a couple players' hands, but eventually corralled by Cade Burdett. He drives to the hoop and finishes with the offhand and draws the foul. It's the Lancers team that has 7 seniors, so they've seen a lot of high school basketball. Burdett gets the free throw to go there. It's Wesley with it. Tyler Little now zips it down the court to Ty Hall. Now 4-point lead for the Lancers. Wesley with it at the top of the key. Now trying to get it down low, nearly stolen. Got lucky there as it was batted by Turpin. Kick to the corner, Perry's 3, good, and the foul. And a chance to tie this up. Hadley Price checking in the game for Ty Hall.
Just to tie the game.
And can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Wesley gets it. Now zips it to Little. Now Little cross court to Perry. Crossover. He drives in. And he gets it to go up high arcing layup and gives the Bulldogs the lead. 5-point possession there for Jack Perry. And blocked by Tyler Little. That was Wyatt Scales trying to go up, and Tyler Little denied him. Now Tyler Little gets it. Spin move. And a nice fake. Did everything right but finish. And Wyatt Scales gets the rebound for the Lancers. Burdett drives in, has it ripped away. And the Bulldogs retain possession. Bulldogs up 1. Now they get it to Wesley. Harmon, open look from the corner and gets it to go. Big 3 by Harmon. And we're going to have a timeout called on the floor as the Bulldogs get off to a good start in the second quarter. Now out to a 4-point lead. And a timeout called by Southeast. We'll step away for a minute. When we come back, we'll have more second quarter action here on Galena Sports.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
So welcome back. As the second timeout of the half was called by the Lancers. Burdett bringing it up. Now cross it over, getting to the hoop. And a dunk by John Turpin. Now Wesley with it. Quickly at the other end of the floor, and a travel by Malachi Wesley. Ty Hall coming to the game for Malachi Wesley. Cade Burdett bringing the ball up the floor. Now Wyatt Scales. 3 on the way for Turpin. No good. And Ty Hall with the rebound. Now Perry has it. Cross it over. Tries to get to Ty Hall. And it's stolen away by the Lancers. Turnovers haunting the Bulldogs in the first half. This shot blocked by Tyler Little. And Jack Perry able to save it. Now Harmon will slow things down for the Bulldogs. 4:30 to play in the first half. Now Little is going to be called for the travel. And that's the 5th turnover of the game for the Bulldogs. Easton Wren with it. Now driving. Wren's shot no good. And Harmon bringing the ball up for the Bulldogs. It's Tyler Little. Kicks to the corner. Maverick Harmon. 3 on the way. Good. Big 3 for the Bulldogs as Harmon's knocked down a trio of 3s now. And the Bulldogs a 5-point lead. But at the other end, Burdett gets the basket and the foul. Back and forth game right now. And Burdett's free throw is good. Cuts the Bulldogs lead down to 2. As Price breaks the press. Perry cross court. Tyler Little pulls up for 3. Unable to get to go. And a rebound by Landon Cole. Burdett with it. Guarded by Harmon. Now blows by. Has it stolen away. And a foul is going to be called. This foul goes on Jack Perry, his first. Burdett with the ball. Top of the key. Now down low. Nice play by Ty Hall. And Harmon almost had it, but couldn't bring the ball in. Ball stayed with the Lancers. This layup, no good. And an over the back call is going to be called on Wyatt Scales. It's going to be team foul number 2 on the Lancers. First one on Scales. Price gets the ball, and the Bulldogs, no problem breaking the press that time. Now down low, Ty Hall, touch pass out to the corner. Price loses his dribble. Now down low to Little as there's double team coming. Back up top, Price, 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Hall. Put back, no good, and loses control. Gives it back to the Lancers. Trey Guyman with the ball. Now down low. And pass thrown a little bit too high for Landon Cole to bring in. Go out of bounds. And back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, the largest lead of 5. They lead by 2 now. And it's just about some big plays. Shift the momentum here at home. Perry, an open look from the corner. Gets it to go. And gives the Bulldogs a 5-point lead. Perry now with 8 in the game. Good start for him. A good sign for the Bulldogs. Him and Harmon been the 2 main sources of scoring for the Bulldogs. And tipped out of bounds by Perry. Malachi Wesley will check in the game for Ty Hall. Top of the key, Drake Guyman with it, poked away, and they're going to call a foul. It's going to go against Jack Perry, his second personal. Ty Hall is going to check in the game for Jack Perry. Tough foul on Perry as he picks up his second with 1:35 to play in the first half. That's team foul number 6 on the Bulldogs. So next one's free throws for the Lancers. Get it inbounded to Drake Guyman. Burdett with the ball guarded by Price. Scales, turnaround, one-handed hook shot, no good. And Wesley with the rebound. Bulldogs leads 5, trying to extend it this possession. Kick to the corner, Harmon, 3, good. As Harmon has had a good game so far, his 4th-3 in this game. And now an 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Deep 3 by Burdett, no good. And Price comes down with the rebound. Big possession for the Bulldogs here. Chance to get the lead out to double digits. Under a minute to play in the first half. Ty Hall down low, turnaround shot, good. And Hall's first points of the game. Now 6 different scores for the Bulldogs in this game. Into the paint. Now Wesley, good defense, stands straight up. And the Bulldogs control it. Wesley has it. Now loses his dribble. 21 seconds to play. Bulldogs can hold for the last shot. As Harmon's going to be fouled. This foul goes against Easton Wren. 10.8 seconds to play in the second quarter. That's Wren's first personal, team foul number 3. And the Bulldogs catch a break. Little inbounded it to Maverick Harmon. Didn't see Drake Guyman out of nowhere, but luckily Guyman tipped it too far and out of bounds. Tip pass. Little dishing off to Hall, and Hall finishes at the other rim. As time's going to expire in the first half, the Bulldogs finish strong and lead it by 12 going into the locker room. Great way to end the half. So we're going to step away, and when we come back, we'll have the Mercy halftime show. We'll recap the first half and stats from the first half. All that coming up next on the Mercy halftime show here on Galena Sports.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the 4 states area. Learn more at mercy.net.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers. Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Welcome into the halftime show presented to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the 4 states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So at the break, the Bulldogs lead the Lancers 35-23. Leading scorer for the Bulldogs, Maverick Harmon with 12, Jack Perry with 10, Tyler Little and Ty Hall each with 4 apiece, Hadley Price with 3, and Malachi Wesley with 2, as it was a high-scoring first half, really for both teams. Bulldogs on average allowing 36 points per game. So they gave up 23 there in the first half, but they were exceptional on offense. Lancers only had 3 turnovers. There was a couple of momentum shifts there. It was really back and forth as they trailed by, I believe, 1 at the end of the first quarter. And then towards the end of the second quarter, Bulldogs got on a run and really ran away. A huge run that they went on to go into the locker room has to make them feel good going in there, as the Lancers really came out strong and impressed them. They came out attacking the paint. They came out knocking the 3 down, and most of the Bulldogs' first couple buckets came from the perimeter. They weren't allowing anything inside. They tried to get the ball inside to Tyler Little, tried to get the ball inside to Malachi Wesley, and the Lancers were poking a lot of passes away and causing turnovers as the Bulldogs turned the ball over 5 times in the first half, which isn't terrible, but their 35 points mainly came to three-point shooting, and then there at the end of the quarter, they were able to turn their turnovers into fast break points off of the Lancers' turnovers. So that really turned out to be huge for the Bulldogs. And this Lancers team, they're 16-3, but it really surprised me how they came out. You could tell they're really well coached, and they had a game plan coming into this. They came out in the 2-3 zone, giving Galena a little bit of their own taste, but Galena was able to make some changes, and I'd expect to see even more changes on how they're going to get the ball inside to beat that 2-3 this in the second half. We saw Tyler Little held to only 4 points, one of his lower scoring halves, kind of got frustrated at the end of the first quarter, but his teammates were able to do it, and also he was able to facilitate to his teammates as whenever he's getting the ball, it drew a lot of attention each time. 2 and even 3 guys were coming to him. That created a lot of open looks for guys like Maverick Harmon and Jack Perry. Perry's really played a huge game, not even from the three-point line. He's knocked down 2 from the three-point line, but he's been using that to his ability. He's been using a good shot fake and able to get to the rim and finish with some nice floaters. Oh, and this Southeast Lancers team is sneaky tall. They had that dunk in the first quarter by John Turpin out of the timeout. They gave him some momentum, and then they came down and got an and one, and that provided a big spark. But ever since then, it was really all Bulldogs to this point.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cooper. Especially, you got to watch out. Like you said, they're really well coached, and they seem to be really well coached this game. So they're going into the locker room. Sorry, my apologies. They're going into the locker room right now. You kind of wonder what they're going to come out with coming in the second half with their Coach Meyer notice and what he's going to try to adjust. And so Coach Myers really has to try to predict that and try to find ways around that. Going into the second half, though, what do you think you want to see more from the improvement side, more offensive or defensive?
I think Galena's doing a really good job on the offensive end, even though they're not getting the ball into the paint like they want. They're knocking down their threes, which is a big plus for them. But if they can get the ball inside more, that'll be big. But I think it's bigger for them to come out with a better defensive mindset. We've known them as more of a defensive team this year, I feel like, because that's how they beat most teams, like holding Columbus to 29 points. They held Columbus to in the 30s in points one of those games, and that's really what's going to win them games. So I'd like to see Galena come out and put a press on them, force some early turnovers here in the third quarter, and then on defense really ramp that zone up, guarding really high on the perimeter and forcing any passes hard for this Lancers team, kind of disrupt their offense. As soon as they get past half court, disrupt their half court sets, and that'll be really huge for the Bulldogs. Both teams are going to make halftime adjustments. You see the Lancers coming back on the court now. Might even see them shift up their defense since Galena scored 35 points on them in the first half. We could see them go to a 1-3-1 possibly, or maybe even, it's hard to match up with a team like Galena. That's why we see most teams playing a zone against a team like Galena, just because their size, and there's not really a true 1-5 for Galena. You'll see them sub out Jack Perry and bring in Ty Hall. It just shows how versatile they are. So I believe we're going to see them stay in a 2-3, but we'll see some adjustments on how they attack different guys.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Galena, for most of the season, has shown really proficient in the 2-3, but recently some teams have been breaking it down and playing a lot better against it. Teams that we played earlier in the season who were just fine against the 2-3 worked just fine against them, but we had to switch up to man just because it wasn't working anymore. And I think really just going back to the basics and really honing that in, especially this game, is definitely going to help us with the rest of the season. One thing I will say is the second quarter, or the first quarter, we were down 1 point at 14-15. Second quarter, we went in we were up 13. We ended up outscoring them 13 points. We scored 21 points that quarter, and they scored 8, which shows the vast amount of improvement between the first and second quarter, with it being so close the entirety of the first quarter. Then we come into second, it was a little close, but then we kind of just drove that one away. We still allowed for 8 points, but still outscoring them by 13 is a great improvement for Galena.
Yeah, I think the press we saw for most of the first half, Southeast put a press on Galena, and they really started to figure that out. That's why we saw Galena jump out to more of a lead. They started to take advantage of that press, and they were breaking it pretty easy. They found the perfect way to break it where they had numbers. They had 2 guys on 1 at the other end, and that's what turned into a lot of easy buckets. I know it's hard for a coach to go out of a press like that because it can create turnovers, but that really got them out of their defensive zone and getting their guys back. It threw them all sorts of out of whack. And so now back to live action. Bulldogs start with it little. Just trying to finish, but some contact at the rim. Can't get it to go. Both teams starting the second half with their starting lineups. Scales in the paint. Now Burdett trying to drive on Harmon. Nothing there. Kick it over the other wing. That's Guyman with it. And we're going to have a foul called off the ball. It's going to go against Malachi Wesley. Or they're going to say it's or they're calling it an intentional foul on Wesley. I heard the ref come over and say it wasn't a basketball play, so they'll get 2 free throws and the ball. That was a second personal foul on Malachi Wesley. It's Wyatt Scales at the line for the Lancers. Knocks down the first one. Scales gets both to go. Cuts the Bulldog lead down to 10. And Ty Hall subbing quickly for Malachi Wesley. So that's Scales to inbound for the Lancers. So inbound it to the corner to Burdett. Now down low, Ty Hall. Nice play to poke it away and force a turnover. Get it to Tyler Little in the corner. Little surveying his options. Now he'll get it to Perry on the right wing. It's Burdett guarding Price. Maverick Harmon at the top of the key, signaling to his offense. Price, an open look, gets it down low to Tyler Little, as I thought he was going to go up, and then he's looking to get it to Ty Hall and turns it over. 3 on the way for Burdett, no good, and Perry gets the rebound. Now Little with it, down low to Ty Hall. Back to Little. Little driving. Now over to the left wing. Harmon's 3 is no good. And a foul's going to be called on Tyler Little. That'll be his second personal. So Tyler Little will take a seat on the bench, and Malachi Wesley will check in the game. 10-point Bulldog lead. Still have yet to score in the second half. Or third quarter, sorry. Down low. Shot on the way and rolls around and goes down for Wyatt Scales. Cuts the Bulldog lead down to 8. Now Harmon will bring it up for the Bulldogs. Down low to Ty Hall. Ty Hall's shot. Couldn't get it to go. Now Hall takes it back and finishes. Now into the middle of the zone. Kick to the corner, 3 on the way, no good for Guyman. And an offensive rebound. Scales turnaround shot, no good. And Wesley with the rebound. Wesley kick to the perimeter. Now Perry driving in, and he's going to be fouled on the ground. This foul is going to go against John Turpin, his first personal. Team foul number 1. Now turnover. Gives the ball back to the Bulldogs. Harmon at the other end. Finish him with the reverse. Now the Bulldogs back out to their halftime lead at 12. Hyman with it. Now down low. And shots good by Turpin. Lancer's doing a really good job passing the ball around. That time Turpin finishes at the rim. Three good by Hadley Price. Big 3 by him. There's 2 buckets coming by way of the 3-point line. Easton Wren straightaway 3, good. And Bulldog lead back to 10. Back and forth game. Ty Hall at the top of the key. Now Perry decides to take the 3, gets it to go. So an up and down game. Burdette with it in the corner. Scales was looking to go back door. Might have had Wesley there for a little bit, but Wesley does a good job recovering. Now shots no good. And an offensive rebound. Now another one and a foul. That was Easton Wren going up and gets fouled. This foul goes on Malachi Wesley. His 3rd personal. Send Wren to the line to shoot 2. Unable to get the first one. Tyler Little check back in for Malachi Wesley. Wren 1 of 2 from the line that time. And a full timeout's going to be taken by Southeast Lancers. So we'll step away for a second. When we come back, we'll have more 3rd quarter action here on Galena Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
So welcome back. Bulldogs to inbound. Maverick Harmon will bring it up. Lancers not putting a press on this time. Ty Hall from top of the key thought about it. Now Price, floater, good. Now 14-point Bulldog lead. On the left wing, John Turpin. Driving in and gets the layup. Straight Guyman. Tyler Little gets it. Now to the corner. Price is three. Good. Hadley Price having a good third quarter. 8 points in the third quarter. Burdett's three, no good. An offensive rebound by Turpin. Turpin trying to get it out to Easton Wren. Pass was tipped by Maverick Harmon and out of bounds. Easton Wren has the ball. Now rolling and a turnover by the Lancers. Harmon will slow it down. Now on the wing, Price with another three. This time just short. And it'll go out of bounds to the Lancers. Burnett with the ball. Harmon guarding him. Now driving, couldn't finish. Was Easton Wren, and Little rips down the rebound. Little kick out to Maverick Harmon. Now top of the key, deep three by Perry. Can't get it to go as Price ran after it, trying to save it, and was on the line. So 30 seconds remain in the third quarter as the Bulldogs lead by 15. Thatcher Botkin will check in for the first time. Sadly, Price will go take a seat. Now Burdett with it at the top of the key. Burdett gets it back. 10 seconds to go. Wren, turnaround. Now a pump fake. Can't finish. Batted around. Tyler Little gets it. Now one last shot. Jack Perry turnaround shot. Can't get it to go. But at the end of three, Bulldogs lead by 15. 8 minutes remain in this one. So when we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action here on Galena Sports Live.
Mercy Specialty Hospital in Southeast Kansas is an innovative healing environment for surgery, specialty care, physical therapy, imaging, and wellness programs. With all private rooms and spa-like surroundings, they offer a patient-centered experience like no other. Next door is Mercy Clinic Orthopedics that focuses on eliminating the discomfort caused by injuries and disorders of the bones, spine, and joints. You'll be treated at their full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Both are centrally located in Galena, Kansas, near downtown Joplin to serve the States area. Learn more at mercy.net.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
So 8 minutes remain. Bulldogs in control by 15. Lancers will start fourth quarter with the ball. Driving in, and a foul is going to be called on Tyler Little, a push foul. It'll be Little's third personal. Straightaway three for Wyatt Scales as it bounced around and goes down. Cuts the Bulldogs lead to 12. Now the Bulldogs break the press. Price with it now. Wesley in the corner. They work it down to Little. Wesley will elect to take the three. No good. And Burdett gets the rebound. Lancers take it the other way. A bounce pass. And Drake Guyman finishes at the rim. Bulldogs lead cut to 11. Gary loses his dribble. And passing around, trying to find a good shot. Now Hadley Price from the right wing. His three no good. Has a couple guys in there. And the Lancers come away with the rebound. Kick to the corner. Three on the way for Scales. Can't get it to go. And Jack Perry with the ball. Jack Perry has it on the left wing. Loses his dribble. Into Ty Hall. Perry driving in. And he's going to be fouled going up. He'll go to the line and shoot two. His 2 minutes are gone in the fourth quarter. So I was on Easton Wren. And Perry gets the second one to go. Drake Guyman with the ball. Working on Ty Hall is Easton Wren. Can't get it to go. And the Bulldogs rebound. Hadley Price with it under 5.5 to play. Jack Perry cross-court pass. Now Ty Hall has it. Arm and open look from the corner. No good. And a foul is going to be committed by Ty Hall. That'll be team foul number 5 on Galena. And personal foul number 1 on Ty Hall. Burnett with it. Diamond continuing to pass around. Burdett, tough shot, gets it to go. And the Bulldog lead cut to 10. Now no problem breaking the press. And Bulldogs can set up their offense. Jack Perry cross court to Harmon. A pass nearly out of bounds. Harmon thought about it. Ty Hall catches it on the free throw line. Now about halfway through the fourth quarter, Bulldogs still with a 10-point lead. Cross court to Harmon and not able to get it. Ty Hall comes away with it as it got batted around a couple times. Ty Hall just turned around and put it back up. And we're going to have a foul called on Maverick Harmon. The team foul number 3 on Galena. Personal foul, team foul number 6 on Galena. Personal foul number 2 on Maverick Harmon. Ty Hall take a seat. Floater is good for John Turpin. Bulldog lead cut back to 10. Jack Perry on the wing. Nice cut by Little. Galena a couple open looks there, but electing to use some of the clock. Little driving in, tough shot, almost got it to go. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. First one's good for Little. Little, his first points since the first quarter. And second one, no good. Now Wesley was trying to throw it off Turpin, but Turpin caught it like a football pass. And we're going to have a foul called. So that's going to be team foul number 7 on Galena. So a 1-and-1 coming for Southeast. So that was committed by Malachi Wesley, his 4th personal. Bulldogs with an 11-point lead. Front into the 1-and-1's no good, but Wren with the offensive rebound. Finds the hands of Burdett. Burdett loses his dribble now to the corner. Turpin 3 on the way. No good, and Wesley with the rebound. And the Bulldogs control it with 2.5 to play. Up 11. Over to the corner to Wesley. Bulldogs haven't had much offense this quarter, but played good defense. We're going to have an off-ball foul called. This foul is going to go against number 20, Wyatt Scales. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Lancers. So a timeout called on the floor. We'll take it with them when we come back. We'll have the final 2:11 to play here on Galena Sports Live.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Welcome back to Galena Sports Live. Only 2:11 to play in this one. Bulldogs up 11. And if they can hold on, they'll complete the undefeated regular season as they head into postseason play. So a lot of season to play for this team. Tyler Little makes a quick move to the hoop and gets fouled. It's team foul number 5 on the Lancers. First one, no good for Little. Little gets the second one to go. Now a 12-point lead. Lancers are going to have to work quick if they want to make a comeback. Quick three taken by Burdette, no good. And Price controls it. Quickly past half court. It's Perry with it. Little spin moving to the hoop and finishes. And now a 14-point lead under 2 minutes to play. Bulldogs have all but sealed this one. Now this one off the backboard and a rebound by Little. Minute 30 to play. And Little tried to dunk it and couldn't do it. And a jump ball is going to be called. It'll go back to the Bulldogs. Looked like Little lost the ball going up there. It would have been a pretty amazing dunk there to seal this game off. Now it's Harmon as he gets fouled. And now the Bulldogs starting to feel this one as they're going to. That was the last foul to give for the Lancers. Team foul number 6 to get it inbounded to Little. And under a minute to play. Get it down low to Wesley. He works in the paint. His shot blocked. And at the other end, Burdette's three. No good. Little with the rebound. And the Bulldogs going to almost just dribble this one out. 30 seconds to go. Perry drove in, but didn't want to do it. Now he'll drive in, and he's going to be fouled, so he'll go to the line. They call it on the shot. Yeah, they called on the shot. So the Bulldogs going to finish regular season play 20-0. Historic season going into playoffs here. So we'll wait to see who their first round opponent is, but first round action will take place in Girard. It's the predetermined site. It'll be determined between Caney Valley and Baxter depending on what happens tonight. Perry finishes that at the line. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Lancers. The Lancers, what did I say earlier? They had 7 seniors. I don't think anybody else other than a seniors checked in for this team. Galena's had all seniors. We saw Botkin check in there for about a minute, and then Jack Perry, who's a sophomore. Bulldogs played a really good game today, as the Lancers gave it their best game, but the Bulldogs just showed them they were a better team today, and they're going to go into postseason play with a lot of momentum. As they lose the two-time 3A player of the year and have no problems. They go undefeated in regular season play. Pretty amazing. So inbounded to get it to Price, and they're going to commit a foul with 11.4 seconds. Not sure why. 14-point game. So that'll send Hadley Price to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And it's all smiles on the Bulldogs sideline. Price gets this one from the line. Can't get that one to go. But now 10 seconds to play. Last second shot for the Lancers. Trying to get it, and they turn it over. Now the Bulldogs will finish this one. And it'll be a final score of 61-46. Bulldogs move to 20-0, and the Lancers fall to 16-4, and that ends the regular season. We'll recap all that on the Mercy Post-Game Show coming up after this quick message.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Welcome into the post-game show presented to you by Mercy Specialty Hospital, Southeast Kansas, and Mercy Clinic Orthopedics, providing an innovative healing environment for the 4 states. See all their state-of-the-art services at mercy.net. So the Bulldogs able to come away with a 61-46 victory. A tougher game than some people might have thought, but the Bulldogs get it done here on the road, closing out the regular season. Leading scorer for the night, Jack Perry, 17 points. Maverick Harmon with 14 points, Hadley Price with 12, Ty Hall and Tyler Little each with 8, and Malachi Wesley with 2. So that rounds out the scoring for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs turned the ball over 6 times in the game, and the Lancers turned the ball over 8 times. Pretty clean game all around. Saw quite a bit of fouls in this game, and both teams going to the free throw lines. And in both the games combined today, we saw an intentional foul, which was the first we've seen all season. So that was kind of interesting. Some uncharacteristic plays, but for the Bulldogs, they were hitting on all aspects. They were able in the first half, they were able to knock it down from the perimeter, and in the second half, they were able to do more of the same. They had 3 3-pointers in the second half, sorry. And then the rest of them came from inside and a lot of points from the free throw line. But for the Bulldogs, when things weren't going their way, like when they thought a foul didn't go their way, they took it out on the court and they went out there and got a bucket. They stayed together as a team all night long, even when this arena got loud, because each time Southeast scored, their fan base never went away. Even when they were down 10, whenever they'd scored, their fan base was never away. They had a little student section over there, and the Bulldogs handled it like veterans, like they are, with their 6 seniors on the team, and have already clinched the 1 seed, which they had nothing to play for other than to keep the rights to their undefeated season, which is just certainly amazing. And they'll have a chance to go at it again next Tuesday. Let me pull up the bracket here for the Galena boys. I believe theirs is going to start on Tuesday, February 28th. Or it's going to start on February 27th, so there's going to be some games then, and then second round action will begin on March 3rd, so postseason play will ramp up here quickly, and the state tournament will be the weekend of the March 9th through 11th, I believe. So basketball season, only a couple weeks left, and these guys have a lot to play for, as the only thing that's on these players' mind after this game is state championship. They completed the regular season, which is the goal, and now it's to go win a sub-state championship and eventually complete that goal and then go on and win a state championship, as they want revenge from last year losing in the state championship. You best believe that's fresh in their mind, and they've shown it all season to this point why they're such a good team. They went undefeated in CNC League play, which is unheard of, very tough to do. And like I talked about earlier, people saying they might not be the same team without 2-time 3A Player of the Year, but they came out and proved everyone wrong and have beat each team in the CNC by more than 5 points. I believe their closest game this year was a 6-point victory over Columbus or Girard. I think they beat Girard by 6. It was 36-30, but their defense has really led the way, so they're gonna, from this point on, each game's going to be tough. There's going to be no gimme games, and that's going to start next Monday when they'll have their first sub-state game. So I'll be interested for that. But this game was really good way to go out and end the season. Coming into this game, it's easy to underestimate a 2A team, but this Southeast team was no joke. 16-3 coming in. A lot of seniors, 7 seniors on their lineup, and Galena didn't take them as a joke. Came in, took care of business, and they got out of here with the win. So very impressive by them tonight, and props to their whole team for the hard work they've been putting in all season. It's got to start to pay off and feel really good at this time of season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say. Just a great game. They played great. First half started off, it was kind of a nail biter. It was getting a little nervous, and then they kind of just drove it away. They did have a kind of a rowdy crowd both ways. They didn't really let it get into their head too much, especially going into that second half. I mean, there was a few moments where you could see that they were getting a little angry, but they held their composure, and the team overall just played great and looked great out there mentally and physically. Yeah, and just coming up to the rest of the season, really they're 20-0 now. It's just if they lose, it's the end of their season. So it's either they lose and then their season's over, or they make it all the way to the final state champions and then they end as an undefeated team and state champions. So or 3A state champions. So that's something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah, and for 6 seniors to be on this team from this point on, knowing that any game could be their last, that's got to be a little bit of extra motivation for each one of those guys. And even for Coach Meyer, how he treats practices, knowing that each practice could be his last. So you best believe they're going to come out and give it their all like they have to this point. As you can see them there, getting the picture, undefeated regular season, and still a lot more games to be played, hopefully, in this 2022-2023 season. And hopefully the historic season can continue. So that's going to do it for me and Cole. The boys moved to 20-0, 12-0 in league play, and the girls moved to 11-9. Both teams heading into sub-state starting next Tuesday. We will have both of those games on Galena Sports Live, and we'll keep you guys updated. I know we're not going to be able to stream the state play if either of the teams was to make it there. Has restrictions with NFHS, a lot more things above my pay grade, but we'll keep you guys posted. But we will be live next Tuesday, so we look forward to bringing you guys live action here from Galena Sports Live. So that does it for me and Cole, and we say so long. Both teams get out of Southeast with a win.